So yesterday we have already discussed about environmental health. So let's continue today from yesterday. Sorry, last class we have discussed already environmental health. So environmental health. Last class we have discussed already how air, water, all these things are affected our health. So let me share my screen. Okay. Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's discuss more about environmental health, how it is affected our health and environmental related. So there is a connection between human, particularly human, and environment, because naturally whatever things are present in environment, these are actually balanced by nature. But whenever we are disturbed our environment through our anthropological activities, so the extra and all these what the may be called consequences we are changing in our environment, that are greatly impact our health. So uh, there are some different kinds of environmental impact to our different health. So these are some figures that is it said that a tsunami is a natural hazard, oil spill is a artificial or anthropological activity, smog, pollutions. So among these four, one third is man-made and one fourth which is third fourth is man-made and one fourth is natural. That means majority of the environmental alterations or the consequences is due to man-made activities. So these are some quotas that if you want to learn about the health pollutions, look the air, water, whatever we are eating, food. So these already we discussed about air and water in last classes. Uh, so the health environment is connected to the health of the people. Obviously, environmental health professional are also working to better understand the environment in concern to human health, because whatever the disease, whatever the pollutions consequences that are affect only humans mostly affected. So there are also additional different health issues related to environment. So what factors influence your health? So let's again discuss this. What the factors? There are three factors that are mostly affected to the environment. That is physical environment factor, social factors, and individual factors. So physical environment factors that consisting of the what that is called as non-living parameters. So the air, water, and food, energy, whatever we are taking from the environment, and social factors mean that means whatever the healthcare, education, or income do you have, because all are dependent in your health. So if you are having low or having illiterate or having low little income, so you cannot afford good health, because good food, good, all this hospital facility, education. So all these are interrelated. Then individual factors is consisting of behaviors and genetics. That are some factors that are also related to your health issues along with the environment. Uh, so then human health and the environment, how it is related. The environmental health hazard is a substance that has the ability to cause an adverse health effect. Human effect from the environment can be both acute and chronic. In last class also we will discuss about two types of effect, acute and chronic. What is acute? Acute means short term effect. Immediately you have feel what is the effect, and long term effect, that is chronic effect. That means you do not feel immediately whatever the effect, but after a long period it can be deteriorate your health. For example, whenever you are eating some contaminated food or contaminated air, because it can affect slowly, and inside your body it can be cause your health deteriorated. So before your age, the health, due to health issue, you can face different problems. So acute as well as chronic effect due to the environmental hazards. So what is hazards? Hazard is nothing but the pollutions or that effect due to the particularly human or man-made pollutions. Then this is acute, have a sudden onset. It is given, and symptoms are worsen and change in rapidly. Whatever the effect due to the pollutions or due to the environment, that simultaneously or immediately you can see the things. Symptoms are usually relative short-lived. For example, you are feeling headache or having some kinds of smell or allergy. These are called acute effects. Examples: cold, flu, food poisoning, heart attack. Suddenly it can be comes. These are the acute conditions or acute effect of the environmental pollutions. So then chronic effect. What is the chronic conditions? Develop worsen upon the long period of time. Means that is called also slow poisons, because smoking of cigarette, either the person is smoking the cigarettes, but immediately it relieves pain, or immediately it is feeling good, or it can be achieves high in his state of mind, but after sometimes it can causes lung cancers. So similarly, if you are do not smoke a cigarette, but also indirectly you are inhaling the smokes which are generated from the industries, so that is also more harmful than the smoking of cigarettes. So whatever the pollutants are present in a cigarette, there more pollutants are present in atmosphere due to the industrializations or heavy smokes are released to the atmosphere. So chronic conditions develop the worsen the over a long period of time, because it slowly affect your body. So after a long period of time, whenever you utilize or consume the polluted air or polluted water, then it can be show your effect. Then it may be difficult to determine the specific cause of diseases, because you may not know what is the main cause, because it does not affect immediately. So there are so many examples in previously, like Minamata diseases is the most highly affected by the people of Bay of Japan. They are affected due to a heavy mercury pollutions in the sea, and by eating the fishes from the mercury polluted fishes, they are having a long terms or long chronic conditions. So among the most common and preventable sources diseases in the US, particularly the developing countries, developed country, they are having this feeling these chronic conditions. Examples: asthma, cancer, diabetes. These conditions are whenever you are exposed the pollutions or the lowest environment for a long periods, then that can be effect to your body. So which is now good? Whether chronic is good or this acute is good? Good in the sense of which is having less impact on your health. So which is less impact? Acute may be the less impactful than the chronic, because acute, the suddenly your body reacts the pollutant or the foreign alien substance, and immediately it show the effect. But chronic conditions, it is perhaps it is very difficult to determine the causes, because after a long time there are so many multiple organ failures, multiple causes or health effects can be seen by these chronic conditions. So best example is the smoking, or you are using eating different junk food for a long period of time. So it can be causes different chronic diseases. So what is the environment can then affect the health? So there are so many things because air, water, soil, all are polluted due to our particularly man-made activities. That is for transportation, agriculture, industries. So mostly air, water, and soil all are polluted due to human activities. Due to the different type of substance that may be called pollutants, that are different chemicals, that may be toxic waste, that may be radiations in nuclear power plant or nuclear war or nuclear bomb. Whenever we are strike, then huge amount of radiations as well as the toxic chemicals are released. Then disease causing microorganisms and plants. So we already discussed about the uh, waterborne disease, bacteria, viruses that mostly causes diseases, and that is also one type of effect the health. Then pesticides, heavy metals, whenever these things are enter into your body. So how it can enter into the body? It can enter into the body through three things, either air or either water or maybe through food, and food is indirectly come from the soil through the plants. So there are three way to enter the pollutant or the toxic to the human health, and it can be causes different kinds of acute or chronic effect. So health conditions especially linked to the environment, that is certain types of cancers nowadays, cancer, diabetes, blood pressure. These are common. Why these are common nowadays? Because and see heart attack. Young people, they are suddenly having heart attacks. No one know how it can be happens. So these are the nowadays common health issues. Common health issues seen in nowadays. Asthma, cancers. Most of the every 1000 people there are 20 or 30 people are causing having asthma, cancer, all the things. And neurological diseases, Parkinson diseases, developmental disabilities, cerebral palsy, all the things, birth defects. These are the health effect or consequences due to the environmental degradations or release of the pollutant, particularly the man-made or anthropogenic activity. So these are various types of health issues. Parkinson disease, multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer disease. These are very neurological kind of disease which can affect your brain or your neuro things. And the bath defect are also there. If you are exposed to radiation pollutions, then bath defect may be happen. So all are the different health issues linked with the environment. If we do not live in proper environment, then all these issues may be happen. Then how substance of environment can be get into human body or a pathway? So we already discussed there are three things in our through which the toxic substance can be entered, that is air, water, and food, and obviously the soil which is indirectly gone through the food. So these are the four things that toxic substance enter to your body through air. You can respirate the pollutant air along with the pollutions air because your respiration is mandatory. So through the lungs it can be having different types enters the pollutant to your body. Through food means however we eating, the digestive system or through your intestine or the gut, it can even enter to your blood. Then obviously soil, that is directly related to food. And skin, even you touch the contaminated soil, that through skin also you can enter the chemical can enter in the body. And most important thing is water, that is when you drink the water or if you do not taking some pure water, then also the substance can be entered in the body. So these are the pathways. So inhalations that is called air breathing. Absorption is called skin when contact with some pollutant. Ingestion, ingestion matlab digestive system. It can be through your food or intake through food. These are the most exposure pathway of the substance through the pollutant can be enter into the bodies. So these pollutants that once you exposure to the pollutants once enter into the body, then it can causes different types of issues like acute issues or acute or chronic diseases. There are different type of diseases. Pollution characteristics and environmental health. So what are the different characteristics? That is called demographics. population characteristics, that is called demography. So one term is called pollution. Pollution, obviously, the chemical substance or the harmful substance that are entering into your body, that is called pollution. But another term is populations. So population and pollutions both are directly related, because population means increase of the number of peoples. Then obviously there is a scarcity, or there is a competition between the getting food, storage, energy, all the things, water, air, all the things, and more amount of uh, different substance can be produced due to developmental developments of the population. So the study of the population is called demography. So demography, there is the particularly study of the human population, so it's called demography. So which includes age, gender, race, all the things. Because if you are study how many numbers of peoples are living in India, let's say we are study the populations of India. So number first comes in your mind, how many numbers. So what is the number nowadays? It is nearly 150 crores of people that are living in India. That is number one populated country in the world. It can surpass the China populations in recently. So this is the number. Second is, once the number is decided, then we are separating into different age, different gender, whether we can separate with different types of 1 minute. Okay, so population which is includes different age category. Once the number is decided, then we are separate the population into different age group. Whether how many numbers are male, how many numbers are female, which races, whether either Hindu, whether Muslims or Christians. Then we also differently distinguish between different economic factors, such as who is poor, who is rich, how much numbers of things are there. So there are different levels of category, or that are called population characteristics. It includes age, gender, race, economic factors, all the things, and education level, etc. So according to this, the population that can be related to the pollutions, because the country which having more educated people, having highly rich people, and there is no such as economic social or economic distributions, or there is the different conflict between countries. So the peaceful country, let's say, is having less pollution as compared to the country which are having high number of populations, high number of conflict with the territories with other countries, more having wars. These are more polluted countries. So all are affected to the environment and health. So different population group can have different rates of diseases. Then also different cities having higher rates of asthma, because for example, if you are taking the city example of the city is Delhi, let's say. So now you can see the winter has not started yet now, but the air quality of Delhi is getting to worse and degraded. So air quality index is more than 200, 220. So if it is less than 50, then it is good. But now due to the overpopulated the cities, highly air polluted pollution is the very high, and the quality air quality is very low. If the air quality is low due to the pollutions, populations, then what happened? The people who are live at this place, they are severely affected their health to the from the environment. So all the things are interrelated. So again, population characteristics in environmental health. We also study the scientists different diseases rate among the population to learn more diseases possible to concentration between the environment or human health. So there is more populated cities, then there is a more chance for spreading of the diseases because the contaminations that may have to easily spread from one people to another people. So the contaminated or the disease also can be also spread. So epidemiology is the study of the different disease. Epidemiology. Epidemiology means the disease which spread through contact, that is by touching one to another or by come contact with the other. So this is called epidemiology, and it can be spread if the population is more. So all are interrelated. Then again, low income groups, minorities may have a greater likelihoods of exposure to environmental hazards because the rich people which are having different kinds of very good health care, all good facilities due to the economic conditions high, but the lower people, which people are living in a very rural area or small slum area, so they are not getting proper sanitation facility, good water, proper water and all the things, so good health care. So the health issues or health hazards or make environmental hazard because the pollutions populations both are easy equal for all, but whenever your income of the peoples are very low, then what happen, the facilities that are not getting easily, so health issues are severely affected with this environmental hazards. Again, environmental justice recognize the people are enroll equal protections from the environmental and health hazard. So another term here you refer to the environmental justice. What is environmental justice? Environmental justice means to obey laws or to equal importance for the equal peoples. But whenever the rich people and poor people both are living in a same area, but the rich people are having due to higher good facilities and all the things, the it cannot be equal with the lower or low poor peoples. So their environmental justice is also very unequal because the air which are breathing, the water we are taking, or the resources which are they are living or utilizing from the environment, the trees or the air, all the things, all are equal. But due to the differences in different kinds of unequal things, so environmental protections and health hazards are also very much unequal. So there is a term called environmental justice. In order to live peacefully, in order to live a quality of life, the environmental justice should be same, but it is cannot be in actual practices. So this is one different kinds of cancer, heart diseases, lung diseases, poverty, which are source, which can be source the link between the peoples and all the things. So wherever you see there is a more dense people, then the all the things are very more at the places. That means populations is directly proportional to these health issues. This can be proved. And some peoples which are living in a particular area, they are working in some cases or exposure by knowingly to different environmental factors, that is workers. But because all people living in a particular area, the people for their daily livelihood, for earning some things, they are engaging themselves in different field of working field. Let's say some are engineers, some are doctors, some are agricultural, some are farmer, some are some industry people, some are lawyer, some are all the things, some are government employees. So most of these things, the people which are working in a working for their livelihoods in particularly industry or some environmental hazard conditions, they are exposure more the environmental health issues. So so there are many careers in environmental health issues are also there. So we can be also the public health, medicine, science, all the things, urban planning, industry, engineering, everywhere there is a relation between environment, health and environment. So there is a possibilities to study all the factors. Researchers also link specific diseases to specific environmental exposure, such as smoking and lung cancer, but there is still so much we do not know about the environment, the health connected. So when you see some people which are taking or intoxicating or having alcohol or chain smokers are there, they may not be get having cancer throughout their lifetime, but someone which is not taking alcohol at all or not taking cigarettes at all in their lifetime, they are suffering cancers or heart diseases. So actually we are talking about the direct exposure, but we all are exposed indirectly to the air pollutions or all the things. So there is cannot be, we can say we are living in a pure, we are not smoking, that means we are living in a good health conditions, because all are interrelated. So then what more do we can learn about environmental health conditions, क्या क्या learn सीख सकते हैं? So we are collecting some information data about environmental hazards, that is mostly human exposure, because some peoples are knowingly exposure to the environmental hazards due to their livelihoods foods or due to their earning activities. For example, some people are working in an industry, or let's say working in some chemical industry, and they are mixing some chemicals by hand. So the people which are working in industry, they are directly knowing the what are the consequences, they are absorb the different kinds of things. Okay.